Well, hi there. You're at a different angle now because usually my desk is at a slant and you're kind of looking down, and I had to flatten it out because my shoulders were killing me. I had to go to I went to the chiropractor today, but last night I laid down and I could hardly get to sleep because it hurt so bad just laying on it. And after going to the chiropractor and just this has kind of been building up for a while. So when I draw, and like most drawing tables, my table's kind of has slant, and so I would spend hours like this, and I would get up from the table, and when I drop my arms, I mean, just killing me across here. And so I was telling my chiropractor this morning about it. I said, well, new problem. Now my shoulders are killing me. And I was describing, like, he asked me if I was punching heavy bags and stuff. And I said, well, no, but I'm sitting like when I get up from my drawing table, and I described how it hurt. And he said, are you sitting leaning like this, basically doing a plank? And then it occurred to me that, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I mean, I'm spending the majority of the day mimicking basically upper body plank, right? My whole weight isn't on it, but I'm leaning on it. And essentially what happens if you do that, it'll jam up your AC joint and impinge up here and here, and it messes up, just screws stuff up. So, health and safety tip. If you're spending lots of time on the drawing table, and you're starting to get like shoulder stuff or back stuff, you might want to adjust your seat, which I've had to do, or your drawing table. So now I am, this is a little weird because my table's flat now for the first time. I've never drawn on a flat drawing table. It's always been at an incline. So um, I just flattened it, and I'm getting ready to see how this goes. It's weird. It's amazing how disorienting just that. Well, I guess this was probably 45 degrees to just flat. It's weird. Although I do have more stuff, more like I can actually put things down and they don't roll off, and I may actually kind of dig this. Um, and you can see, I see a little dust floating because I move stuff and there's dust floating around. Yeah, time to dust in the studio. Um, so anyway, just a quick health tip for you artists out there. I've seen people have their table like almost up, not vertical, but pretty close, almost like a painter's easel, and work like this. I would opt for that probably and try that out, but my table won't. I got a drawing table from IKEA, and it doesn't go all the way up. It goes up to about here, um, but it's got a built-in light table, which is nice. Anyway, so that's kind of where things are in the studio today. The other thing too, and I may talk about this more tomorrow, was that uh, I'm trying to figure out, just business wise, just directions for the future and all that. Kind of sparked this. I guess I'm getting more and more as a small business, freelance artist thing, trying to get a handle on that and promotion. And I feel like I'm finally understanding some things and getting some headway. And then, yesterday I saw a news article on one of the comic sites. Somebody posted about IDW losing like down $1.5 million, whatever, in their monthly fiscal report, whatever. Of course, that's the company that I basically broken into and I work at. I've been working since 2011, so I'm like, I'm freelance, and I don't think my job's in danger now. I mean, I've got other projects with them. I'm still doing GI Joe and stuff. So, but it just kind of makes you start thinking as a freelancer, if they just cut me, and that's the company that I've been working for so long, what would happen in the immediate future? I mean, I have to do more commissions, and on the heels of the whole commission vlogs. But as a comic creator, I'm just trying to figure out, where do you go to, or how do you work out? I want to do my own creator-owned books, and it's hard to make a living doing creator-owned books, even if they're good. You usually have to go to a publisher, self-publishing, and the weird thing now is we're at a time when you have direct access to comic book fans and buyers, and you can create your fan. You can interact with your fan base and make it grow, and get your stuff out there, and people want to buy it. And at the same time, actual comic books sell not all that great. I mean, historically, like in the 70s and 80s, they were selling millions of copies at the top. And I was having dinner with Brendan Cahill and Casey Collier at Heroes Con, and they work on Transformers, and we were just talking about you know the industry and how much books sell and stuff. So over dinner, I was looking up the top 300 comic sales thing that you can look up. There's a website. You type in top 300 comic sales. I can't remember the website, but it'll go through and like the top 150 are basically Marvel and DC. Maybe The Walking Dead will be up there, but that doesn't count because that, again, it's had some success from movies and TV, just like DC and Marvel have. So movies and DC. So anyway, I was jumping ahead of myself there in my head. So you look down this list, and then you get into IDW, and things like My Little Pony are up there, Transformers is up there, G.I. Joe's up there, but the numbers drop off so fast. So top selling thing is like 250,000 or 100,000. So back in the day, 70s, 80s, that book would have been canceled. That would have been a bad selling book. Now those numbers are the top selling book. Now this doesn't include like Comixology, digital comics, trade paperbacks is a whole other category. So these are just single issues. So when you look down to about halfway through the list, you're down to 6,000s. I mean, that's like back in the day. I mean, that would be like an indie book, or indie books probably did better than that in the 80s, maybe. I don't know, but those are not great numbers. So, you and the other thing that's weird is comic book movies. Those mean superhero movies in America. But there's other movies that are based on comic books that are not superhero. Walking Dead is one, but there are other things that you would never know. Like I think Road to Perdition, not a superhero story, but it came from a comic book. So anyway, so it's like the visual media of movies and TV, comic book properties have never had a more booming time. Like you've got all the Marvel movies, DC movies, but they still make money. Everybody's aware of them. Everybody knows them. But nobody, during that same time where that's going up, the actual source of all that material, those sales are plummeting. And so, I think it's just superhero book. Because, you go to, such a weird dynamic. The superhero book, if you go to Barnes & Noble, that section shrinks. But the Japanese comics are huge, and there's always, every time I go to like Barnes & Noble, there's always like teenagers and middle schoolers sitting in the floor reading those books. Not the superhero books. Superhero books are all, guys my age and older, it seems. I mean, if you've hit the sweet spot of that market. So, I don't know. I'm banging this whole different, always banging the table when my camera's on it. So you've got like access to an audience. And the audience is there, I think, for comics, but comics is not reaching. I don't know. Again, this is part of this vlog. I'm just talking things out. So my ultimate point is, there's got to be a way for a creator to do their own books and publish them, and make a living and reach their own audience. And so that's why I'm trying to figure out, how do you make that work? There are people out there that have made it work, people that make web comics and then go to print. So I don't know. Would love to hear your thoughts. And if you're a comic artist or a creator or buyer, well, like, what do you buy? Why, and why don't you buy? Do things are moving more digital, or I don't know. The other thing is that the way comics are distributed is nuts. I mean, you have to go to a specialty shop, and there's one distributor, Diamond, that you have to go through, and they take a huge cut. So, you go through a publisher, the publisher gets the cut of your book. The distributor, you come in third as far as just getting some financial compensation for your work. And then, so, you've got publisher, distributor, and then you're down here. Ideally, it would be you up here and all that, you reaping the benefits. But the publisher and the distributor are doing the work of publishing and distributing, and you're just making. So business stuff. So I'm just trying to, feel my way blindly to try to figure out some sort of business model that's not trying to make, to make a living as a creator, you don't need to be like a $1 million company. But, yeah. So I don't know. Just some thoughts for a Wednesday. Now I've got to finish this issue of G.I. Joe, which I've been saying all week I'm finishing. I'm closing in on it. I'm hoping to finish it today. And I should do a warm-up drawing tomorrow. So anyway, if you haven't, please like and subscribe down here. No, wait. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Down here. This is, see, my shirt, the words on my shirt when I'm looking at this were reversed. So, yes, it's over here. Every time I say that, I got to remember. Anyway, like and subscribe, share, leave a comment just about your thoughts on the industry as a creator or a fan. I'd be interested to see what your thoughts are. So this is actually a longer vlog. This is over 10 minutes, and now I've got to get used to this table. So see you tomorrow.